This is Tuesday, April the 18th, 2023. It's about 1:56. This is the dog catcher pulling up to get the three uh, dogs that's be in this house next door. The squatter right there. The dog catcher came to get the three dogs that's running around, which run around daily, coming into my yard defecating. But when you see the dog catcher get out of his truck the first time, the squatter came and approached him and told him that he's not taking the dogs. And the dog catcher let him know that they running a while and this ain't the first time. And the squatter said that he wasn't taking them. But I want you to, the dog catcher had to call for police backup. And you will see that shortly. Actually, two police had to come. You see, this squatter bring negativity since he been squatting here, I believe, for the past 4 or 5 months. He refused to move out of the lady's property. He never been on the lease. He was living with somebody else. He came in there secretly. You see him leaving. The dog catcher asked him for his ID, and he refused to give the dog catcher's ID. You see the dogs. You see, I have to run him up out of the one dog up out of my property again. But you're gonna see the squatter in the next camera. He refusing when the dog catcher asked him for his ID. And you will see shortly a police coming down right now to stop him. This squatter think he's above the law. This squatter bring filth to this block, in the front, in the back of the house. There's no light or water or gas on in the house. When the officers went in before on another call, they couldn't stay in there too long because the squatter had the one brown dog that's down there with him now. Him and the other dog defecated all in the house. The lady happened to take legal actions to get this squatter out. If the lady have to take legal action to get the squatter out of her house, then you know that he don't respect the law. You see what he did with the dog catcher. The dog catcher asked him for some ID so he can write tickets when he retrieved the dogs. You see what I'm saying? Anybody else would give him their IDs, but the dog catcher had to actually call the police. You see what I'm saying? You know, this dog catcher, this particular squatter, like I said, he has a criminal history that my daughters and them have to watch themselves. You see what I'm saying? One of my daughters, sometimes she get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to actually warm her truck up to go to work. And guess who came out on a couple of occasions? This squatter. But my cameras, I be woke. My cameras be up and running. And I videoed one time to show him coming out. He can come out when he get ready. But, you know, if you look up the definition of squatter, they're illegally occupying a dwelling that is not theirs, either abandoned or somebody else's house. You see what I'm saying? But this squatter here, if he refused to adhere to what the dog catcher of the law says, then why is he still being allowed to stay in this house next door? But I guess they're going to have to change the squatter laws. But like I said, here it is. The dog catcher come to do his job. And he has to call the police. And then reinforcement has to come for this particular squatter. Is this particular squatter on some corrupted police's payroll? Because this squatter is on parole. This squatter got a particular history that, you know, you have to watch your female children's. And, you know, he's allowed to do what he want to do, it seems like. But you're going to see the dog catcher couldn't deal with him because he walked off from the dog catcher when the dog catcher asked for the information. And then apparently this police officer can't get him to cooperate. And you will see shortly another police car had to come up. You see what I'm saying? In order to get the information they need from this individual. The dog catcher unretrieved 2 of the dogs already. And he got them in the back of his truck. And he gonna have to go down here when the second police come to retrieve that particular dog. You can see he on his way now. You see what time this is. It's something about this particular squatter that he can break laws. You see what I'm saying? And refuse to do things. But I'm wondering what they gonna do at court when he go to court, because tickets was written. And I'm wondering if they gonna do anything to this individual. You see what I'm saying? And those of y'all that don't like me putting this here, don't read it. Move this squatter. Some of y'all talking about it's hard time. Yeah, it's hard time. This squatter get a check. You see what I'm saying? This squatter get money every month. This squatter don't pay rent. You see what I'm saying? This squatter decided he wants to live in this lady's property. You see what I'm saying? Because he can, without paying any fees or without paying any money. Here come the second police car because of this disturbance that this squatter who's not paying any rent anywhere. Is nothing to explain. You see the time and the date. It's nothing to really explain because, number one, the dogs don't supposed to be running around. You can see the one dog right here. You see the other one. This is what they do. This is the one that had the puppies. He breed these particular dogs. Let this dog and the other little dog that's in the back of the truck, let them mate so he can go around selling the dogs. You see how this one here is running around? He's on the other side of the bushes. But like I said, I don't care who don't like what I'm putting up here. But if you don't like it, then move this squatter over next door to you, because it breeds roaches, and roaches come across, across your fence or across your yard or across your crosswalk, a driveway rather, mice, snakes, and everything else. But like I said, it's no water, no gas, or no light in there. And this squatter have all type of drug addicts, alcoholic, all type of negativity going on in that particular house that he's squatting in. You know. And now these 2 other police could be doing something else in the city instead of sitting here dealing with an individual that think he's above the law. You see, that shows you there's there's no stability down there in City Hall. I'm not talking about these particular police and this dog catcher. I'm talking about the superiors. Is something wrong with the squatters law too? You see what I'm saying? It took 2 police and the dog catchers to get this guy's identification so the dog catcher can do his job by writing this guy a ticket. You seen earlier where the guy just walked off from him. You see what I'm saying? Here's a guy that's on parole. You see what I'm saying? I guess he above being violated. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, those that said it's hard times, some people have told me it's hard times. I know it's hard times. You see what I'm saying? Me and my daughters and them, we help people with hard times. But anytime a person is getting a check, you see what I'm saying, and don't want to pay no bills, but want to live in somebody's house, a person got to pay money for a lawyer to get this squatter out of their house, then I don't sympathize with that squatter. He taking the dog over there to put him up there so they can put him in. But this squatter think he's above the law. What type of information is this squatter? He remind me of Nigel Easton. They was letting him get away with a lot of things here in this town, and end up he was working for the federal government to set his buddy and other people up for murders, drugs, and everything else. Ain't that something? He tell the dog catcher what he ain't gonna do. You see what I'm saying? They might as well give him a uniform. I'm not talking about these individuals here. I'm talking about the law. Look at him. And see, it's sad every morning I have to be up watching and make sure, and my daughter got to make sure he ain't coming out each time she come out, just so happen early in the morning. I'm going to leave it at this here. Those two police could be doing something else, patrolling where they shooting at, but they have to come over here because an individual that's a squatter that's breaking the law already. You see what I'm saying? Refused to get a dog catcher his identification. Peace be still.